The other story, congratulations to Arsenal, Champions League finalist, road to Budapest, incredible job by Mikel Arteta, 9 clean sheets, only 6 goals conceded, unbeaten in Champions League, fantastic work. For Mikel Arteta, the intention of Arsenal is to offer him a new contract in the summer. And I can tell you more, already in March, Arsenal were planning to offer Mikel Arteta a new contract. That was the idea, that was the plan. Then Mikel Arteta and Arsenal decided together, let's focus on the end of the season, winning titles, and then in the summer we discuss. But I can confirm that the feeling between Mikel Arteta and Arsenal is excellent. Arsenal love Arteta. Arteta is in love with everything he's building at Arsenal, so they will keep going together. The new contract will be discussed after the end of the season. They wish to discuss the new contract with a cup or maybe 2 on the table, but for sure, Mikel Arteta will get offered a new contract by Arsenal, and the feeling is that there are very good chances to see them continuing together.
Gunners, Liverpool, Newcastle United and Arsenal are all showing strong interest in Victor Froh Hold, with the FC Porto midfielder currently under contract until 2030. The Danish star climbed through the ranks at FC Copenhagen, making his senior debut in 2023 and featuring 8 times during his breakthrough campaign with the first team. The following year, Froh Hold cemented his place in the senior setup, racking up 53 appearances for the Lions while delivering 11 goal contributions from a variety of midfield roles. The 20-year-old lifted both the Danish Superliga title and the Danish Cup with Copenhagen last season before sealing a move to Porto in the summer, signing a 5-year contract that keeps him in Portugal until 2030. Here's what Danish outlet Bold report about the interest from England, and this is absolutely critical. In his debut campaign at Porto, he has been a standout performer under Francesco Farioli, making 49 appearances in Porto colours while scoring 8 goals and providing 6 assists, including a strike against Stuttgart in the Europa League round of 16. His influential displays have helped Porto secure the Primeira Liga crown, with a growing list of clubs now eager to bring the 20-year-old into their ranks, particularly from the Premier League. According to Danish outlet Bold, Liverpool, Newcastle and Arsenal are all showing strong interest in Froh Hold and are in love with him. With 4 years still left on his contract, the highly rated midfielder is safeguarded by an €85 million release clause, a hefty valuation the English heavyweights would likely attempt to negotiate down. Following Porto's title-winning campaign, Champions League football will once again be on offer at the Estadio do Dragão next season, giving Froh Hold another elite platform to showcase his talent. Arsenal and Liverpool can promise the same stage, though the situation differs for Newcastle, who currently sit 6 points adrift of the European qualification spots. The Denmark international, already a 10-cap player since debuting last March, is set for a quieter summer after Denmark failed to qualify for the World Cup. This season under Farioli, opportunities have come consistently for the midfielder, who has featured in every league match the Dragons have played. He will likely think carefully should Europe's elite come calling, particularly over whether the same level of game time would be guaranteed elsewhere. 3 massive clubs in love with Froh Hold, but an €85 million release clause. Is this Danish midfielder worth that kind of money, or should we focus on more realistic targets? What do you reckon? While Arsenal chase Froh Hold, a deal has been finalised. Gunners Porto have confirmed that defender Jakub Kiwior has sealed a permanent switch from Arsenal. The 26-year-old has spent the campaign on loan with the newly crowned Portuguese champions, appearing in 38 matches across all competitions. Here's the full breakdown of the deal, and this is absolutely critical. A Porto club statement revealed that the Arsenal loanee had been signed for an initial £14.68 million, plus a further £4.32 million in potential bonuses. Kiwior has penned a 4-year contract with the club, which features a £60.45 million buyout clause. Should the Poland international be sold at a later date, Arsenal will pocket an additional fixed £1.73 million fee. Kiwior joined the Gunners from Spezia in January 2023, turning out 68 times for the club. While he showed promise in his time at Arsenal, he never quite established himself as a regular starter. The move to Porto gives him the platform to play Champions League football and continue his development. For Arsenal, this is smart business, recouping nearly £15 million for a player who wasn't in the first team plans, plus potential sell-on fees if Porto move him on later. Kiwior sold for £15 million with bonuses and a sell-on clause. Good business from Arsenal, or should we have kept him as defensive depth? Let me know your thoughts. Now there's an update on Jurrien Timber's injury. Gooners, Arsenal will be hoping Jurrien Timber can recover from a groin injury before the end of the season. Timber's last appearance for the Gunners was in the 2-0 victory over Everton in mid-March. What was initially thought to be a minor issue has ruled him out of the last 11 games. He was left out of the squad again as his side booked their place in the Champions League final against Paris Saint-Germain on Wednesday night. Arsenal have not disclosed any specific details over his injury, with Arteta admitting at the end of April he is unsure when the 24-year-old will be available again. Listen to what Arteta said in his last update. "We don't know yet. He is doing some stuff on the pitch at the moment, but we need to get the gears up and be able to do more things before he can compete with us." Timber was spotted celebrating with his teammates after Wednesday's semi-final triumph, but there has been no real indication when he will be available again. Stephen Smith, CEO and founder of Kitman Labs, which specializes in injury welfare and performance analytics, explains Timber has possibly been dealing with a grade 2 groin injury, an issue that can rule a player out for between 3 and 8 weeks depending on its severity. Smith told Metro, "Beyond 6 weeks into his rehabilitation period would mean we are beyond the grade 1 stage. Grade 1 stage is usually just a small number of fibers that have been torn or overstretched. Generally that is 1 to 3 weeks. If it is a grade 2, then we are talking about a more significant injury, maybe a partial tear of the muscle or the tendon itself. Generally you are looking at a 3 to 8 week window for that." He continued, "He is still in that 3 to 8 week window right now, which suggests it could be a grade 2. So there is potential light there in terms of how his rehab is progressing and potential light in seeing him involved soon before the end of the season." Arsenal have greatly missed Timber's presence down the right, with his understanding with Bukayo Saka one of Europe's most effective combinations. Timber potentially back for the final weeks with a grade 2 groin injury. Do we desperately need him for the title run-in, or have Mosquera and White done well enough? Drop your opinions below. Finally, there's a crucial update on Mikel Merino. Gooners, Mikel Merino is pushing hard to return from injury and be available to feature for Arsenal before the end of the season. The Spanish attacker was sidelined with a foot injury back in January, but he could make his return before the season is over. The Gunners are set for a massive final month with the Premier League and Champions League titles on the line. Merino could hand Arsenal and Mikel Arteta a huge boost by making his return to action in the next few weeks. According to Hand of Arsenal, here's the latest on Merino's recovery, and this is absolutely critical. Mikel Merino is back training on grass with Arsenal and could play before the end of the season. At this stage, there is no definitive timeline for the 29-year-old's return, but he is pushing hard to be ready to feature at some stage. Merino suffered a foot injury against Manchester United back in late January and has missed 23 matches since being sidelined. Luckily, Victor Gyökeres has been in solid form and stepped up to be the Gunners' main number 9 over the last few months. The Spanish international has continued to be a key figure in the dressing room at Arsenal, attending almost every meeting despite his injury. He had been enjoying a great season for both club and country, netting 6 times for Arsenal and 6 in 6 for Spain. The attacker would also love to go to the World Cup with Spain, who are one of the favourites to win the tournament after their Euro 2024 triumph. Merino was a key player for Luis de la Fuente's team, and La Roja will also be hoping that he can get some minutes under his belt before the season draws to a close. Merino back training on grass and pushing to return. If he makes it back for the final games, does he walk straight back into the starting 11, or has Gyökeres earned his spot? I want to hear what you think. That's it for today, Gooners. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and hit subscribe for Arsenal news every single day. And drop a comment letting me know, where are you watching from? London? Kenya? USA? Let's see how global this Arsenal family is. Come on, you Gunners.